hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back, hip hop, Santa hop. Oh God.
All right, dope. So a couple months ago, shout out to Faizon Love, man. We had Faizon Love on our platform. He's a normal guest on the podcast. Shout out to that brother. And I forgot what we were talking about, but he brought up Davies being a fake Crip. That caused a lot of conversation amongst the hip hop world out here. And then we had Spider Loc on, and we asked him to get some context on when that transition was that Bloods and Crips left West Coast and came over East, and just give us some historical context. We got an OG on right now, man, and I definitely want to get your perspective on that whole situation. If you've seen that interview, and give some historical context on that. Not something that's not in the movie, because I know you elaborate on that in the movie as well.
All right, man. Yeah. First and foremost, man, I know Faizon. I remember his upbringing coming up in the game, man. I used to watch a lot of his underground shows and shit, man, because I was in the streets real heavy then, but I was trending into the industry as well. Shout out to Spider Loc, man. I really don't know that cat personally. I know of him. Like I said, one thing about LA, bro. If you got a name, and that's the thing about our streets. You gotta have a name, bro, to move in these streets. You can talk all this shit on this internet all you want. You gotta have a name to really move in these streets. You can hide behind this internet, but in order to really come out, move in the streets of LA and really move and be one of them niggas, you really gotta have a name. I don't know the youngin' because he's from a different generation from me, from a third generation, bro, of Crips. I know the first and second generation Crips, you know, from the Tookies to the Raymond Washingtons, you know what I mean, to the Timmy Carnegates from Harlem's, you know what I mean, the Scooters from Harlem, the White Boys from Harlem's, the Gray Streets, the PJs, you know, things of that nature. So when you speak on what happened with Faizon and this other young cat, I don't know this cat. So again, one thing I could say, and I would say the same thing Spider Loc said, being that I don't know the dude, I can't say whether or not he a real Crip or he not a Crip. But what I can say is this, and Spider Loc he was trying to explain it, but again, he not from that era where he can really give y'all that fine tuning, because he wasn't from that era. And I really respected how he conducted himself and did his interview, because certain shit he answered and then he kind of backed up, and he didn't put himself in a limbo as being a Crip, because he knows OG Crips is watching him, is his big homies, this real G's that if you're gonna tell it, you gotta tell it shit thoroughly, you gotta tell it right, or don't fucking tell it all, don't open your mouth. And they go for Damu or Keyway, Bloods ain't Crips. So me being a second generation, a double OG, I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Trickling from this West, as far as the gang theory, we're gonna back up. I seen an interview a couple of weeks ago, and not just myself, the whole West Coast, a lot of cats on the West, and this cat on there, Doggy Diamonds. You know, he made a statement based on, and when he made this statement, he didn't make the statement where it was a personal statement, because he said we as in like my coast, New York, we. So he said that, you know, we on New York, we thought, you know, back in the 70s and 80s, man, you know, with the Jerry Curl, no, back in the 80s, excuse me, the 80s when hip hop came about, he said back in the 80s, we was gang banging and we was doing the drive-bys and all this with the Jerry Curls and the rap, we thought you niggas was soft.
What? That's crazy.
This dude literally went on the internet nationally. And so I made a video and spoke on it, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But the video is respectable, because I didn't clap at the dude directly or clap at him on some shit, but it was like, for him to be on the platform that he was on, with the platform that he owns and co-own on, and to speak on, and for his partners and nobody on there to fucking say nothing. Now, for me being on the West and me being a real G and one of them niggas from the West and out of the Nixon Garden with a name that moves on this coast and makes a difference, that shit moved me a certain kind of way and touched me. So I had something to say. And you know how niggas want to act like little hoes and bitches, and you know, but so I had to really correct myself, bro. That, oh, hold on, Cap. Let's keep it professionalism, because you are on the platform and you are on this bullshit social media, and you already know niggas ain't gonna bring it to that real level, and it fucking ain't even about that. So it's cool. Let individuals be the individuals and voice their little shitty opinion. You know what the real is. The other real Crips and Bloods of Los Angeles know what the real is. But bro, don't think niggas ain't listening, paying attention. That's why I said a lot of cats that get on this internet say shit besides they stuff, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So getting back to the question on topic on hand is during the early 80s, when the East Coast, Chicago was already setting their own trends, man. And Chicago always produced gangsters from the 30s, the Depression days on up and coming on in the 70s. It was gangsters coming up out of Chicago. And I mean black gangsters as well as mafias. It was gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Philly, gangsters. So these cities didn't have gang bangers and gang members. So what happened was in the 80s, because I know for a fact, because I was one of the trendsetters, me, my crew, my best friend, rest in peace, Cyclone, Michael Bell, aka Cyclone, Anti-Spark Miller Gangsters, introduced me. I'm fresh out of Folsom, 1986. I just get out of Folsom, both doing knocking down 4 years. San Quentin, Folsom, Soledad, and Tracy. I hit all 4 main yards. So I'm fresh out, and the new wave then was packing your own shit and becoming your own mule and cross state. Now, being that you're a gangster / gang banger / gang member, and you coming from your turf, you go into a whole different turf that's new, a baby, 10, 15, 20 years behind the world. We're 20 years faster than this state, this city, this culture. So you see the game? So when we flew out in them early 80s, and it wasn't just us as the gang members and the gangsters, it started with our big homies, like, you know what I'm saying, me, the Freeway Ricks and the Michael Harrios and, you know, the Tootie Reeses and the Ray Rays and the Renee McGowan's, rest in pieces, the Wizards. It started with them first. They made the connection with the New Yorkers, the Chicagoans, you know, the shit like that. So it opened that path for us because now they were already introduced to the D game. So when we became our own mules, we took the D game to them. And when we took the D game to them, we took the G game to them as well because we stamped our shit whatever area we get. So now this become our area. Nigga, this is Bloods right here, or this is Crips right here. So that's how it descended in the early 80s, bro. And the first coast that really, really took this culture and they adapt to it fast. And it was like you would damn think you in California. And that was the Midwest, bro, especially Kansas City.
Yeah.
Heard the first coast, Kansas City, bro, because that's where I took my first flight to back home, KC, bro. I had a fucking bird on me, busted in half with 2 cookies, bro, stuck in the jockey strap right in my nuts, bro, on an airplane, homie, and rolled Kansas City. And I did this shit about 15, 20 times before I started hiring my own mules. But that was our break-in of how we got down in the 80s, and we started descending to these other cities. So when I hit New York, I was Summers in New York, 2001, 2002. I get a call. I'm Summers to New York. I shoot down in New York. I hook up with this young cat. I get them, you know, they want to know the history. They want to know the history of the motherland, primarily the Nixon. They want to know the history of the Mecca. So I lace them. I give it to the youngest. But I don't come down here on no strategic, we finna gang bang. I'm going to teach you niggas how to go over here, kill these dudes and shoot these dudes. Nah, that wasn't never, ever the plan, period. I was trying to give dudes the structure, understanding on how our culture established and started, and being that you guys are trying to adapt to it now. Hold on, man. Y'all too late, basically. Y'all too late, homie. You'll never be able to catch up and do what we did in them 70s and 80s. And you don't want to. You don't fucking want to, because it would be detrimental to your health. So y'all too late. So now what we have is, we have again, generation gap, a culture gap where you got a culture trying to establish and reoccur shit that happened in the past. That's why you got shit so buck wild. But the thing about it is, there's no structure, no rules, no G code behind none of it. That's why it's all fucked up like it is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So getting back to the Faizon saying the young cat being a fake Crip, it's rules when it comes down to this Crip and blood life and this gang culture in Los Angeles. Now, it's different for us when you can be somebody, and again, only you have to have a name for somebody, and you can leave from LA and go establish a turf somewhere, and then bring it back to the hood, and it's stamped and it becomes official because of who you are. But if you're not that official person, trust and believe me, man, I don't give a shit how many niggas you talk to on this internet and your fake ass tell them you a G from them neighborhoods. Boy, that shit gonna catch up with you young niggas. That's what be catching up with a lot of you niggas. You on here fake, man. You ain't who you are. Stop that shit. We don't even need that shit, bro. Why even gangbang in 2021 or 20, bro? That's the shit I'm on with the question about you young dudes in this generation. Why y'all trying to mimic and be some shit that we already done and died and suffered and still in prison for right now? All my niggas that's got life. Shout out to them. Keyways, Mexican Mafias, Bloods, Crips, Vanguards, BTS. Man, see, y'all don't even know how deep this shit go, man. It was a real fucking culture, man. This shit is crazy, bro. So I say Faizon voiced his personal opinion, I guess, because he may personally know that dude. That's the only thing I can say from what I've seen. But to say he's not a real Crip or fake Crip, for me voicing my opinion, I don't know the cat. I just seen, I looked at the video because I didn't even know who the hell they was talking about, of course. So I did my research, looked at the video. Oh, you're a rapper. Oh, okay. Oh, he run with the Harlems. He fucks with the Harlems. See, this is how deep this shit go, because I'm a real one. So I said, let me do my homework, find out if he is a Crip or if he's validated or he's on his way to that level of becoming official. So I found out, okay, he run with the Harlems. So he got a few Harlems behind him, and that could be two things. The Harlems could just be getting their money dealing with him on a business perspective. And of course, by you running with them, like a whole lot of these fake ass rappers in the game, he ain't by himself, fake Bloods, fake Crips, they doing the same shit. They running around in these neighborhoods to get tagged so they can have certification, bro, and say, oh, I'm Blood, I'm Crip. But you pussies ain't shit. Feel me? You niggas ain't paying homage to these neighborhoods. You ain't coming out here burying these kids that's getting killed or putting money on burials and funerals and shit like that, man. Niggas is real fake niggas, man. So me, I push that real line. So when, and by me being heavily in this industry, when I cross paths with certain individuals and I see certain niggas, I address it or I speak to niggas. Say, oh man, let me holler at you. You know what I mean? Let me introduce myself. Because you holler about you Blood, nigga. You need to know who I am, nigga. Because that shit ain't, it don't sit right with me. But it's like, just because you run with a certain community or a certain area of dudes from that community don't make you official and you're a rapper. Why the fuck would you make millions of dollars? You done took your talent, God done blessed you to make it to the top, get out of poverty if you were even in poverty, because 80% of you niggas don't even live poverty. Your mamas and daddy had jobs. They're educated. It's all a fucking lie. It's part. You know what I'm saying? So why would you make it to the top just to become a gangster and a thug or a fucking, to say with your past, with your pants sagging and say, I'm a thug, I'm a killer. Well, then when you ain't murk shit. But then when it really do happen, you want to do the 69 shit. And see, boy, listen, don't get me on that shit, because I'm so sick of these fake niggas on this internet. And then again, going back to that dude, he had the nerve to call that nigga soldier, say he was a soldier in the army. Man, this generation is fucked up, man. They understanding, they have no understanding when it comes down to this culture of these streets, the rules, the regulations, the guidance, the significance of it, bro, the DP behind the shit. They have no freaking idea, man. And niggas just be on here, bro, listen to me. And I want to say this to the world, whomever is listening, however is listening, however people is listening, man. Snitching is fucking snitching, man. Straight up. Now, you have different categories of snitching. Now, I'm not talking about this old lady just got robbed and the man over there at the store seen what happened, and he's an elderly, so he helping his elderly partner out, so he get the police information. I mean, I can't say I'm a condone with that. I understand it, because that's an elderly situation. My only understanding is this, bro, to give y'all clarification and understanding. when it comes to these streets, it's fucking different rules. All that other shit go out the door. Snitching is supposed to be prohibited. It's rule number one in the game of this life when it comes to the streets. Whether you're a hustle, a pimp, a player, a gangster, a mafia, snitching is supposed to be prohibited, bro. And the organization tells you this shit, man. So you cannot become a part of something and then turn around in the end. You don't want to carry the weight because you want to decide, oh shit, I'm going to take everybody down because they're going to give me a deal. And that shit ain't cool, bro. You signed up for this shit. A contract like every other thing. You signed up. When you was out here, boom, yeah, can't nobody touch me. I'm untouchable. I killed everybody. It was cool. Now they got them cuffs on you. This shit is real. It's reality. Yeah. It's two sides to this shit, bro. You can be the nigga who you want to be in these streets. You can be the radicalist nigga. But are you ready to deal with the consequences on the other side? Because it's coming. You can't do bad and fucked up shit and beat bust heads and think, you ain't gonna get your turn to go down, or it's coming, bro. I'm telling you from the lion's mouth, homie. I'm telling you from experience, logical facts, nigga. Because I lived a life. I had to pay the consequences. I had to pay the piper for shit that I have done. Shit I had to, get involved with. I had to pay the price. I had to pay the consequences, bro. This shit comes with the territory, my nigga. I done been in positions where I done got caught up and my homies is gone. But they get me. Man, ain't nobody knocking on no nigga door talking about, yeah, come on. Your boy said you was with him. Because we play by the rules, homie. Feel me? And then the crazy part about it is 85 to 90% of these cases, these young dudes get caught up in, or they can beat these cases, bro. They can flat out beat them fucking cases. And I'm gonna show you how. Primary rule number one: when the cuffs come on, you do this. Don't say nothing else. If you ain't cussing them bitches out, taking your anger out, calling them pussies, fuck you, nigga. Let's get out when we get to the police station. Fuck y'all. If you ain't talking that type of shit, you do this. Go Ziploc bag on him. Don't say nothing. When he come in and read you your rights, you let him read you your rights. You don't say shit. You don't wave now. You don't say nothing. Now, it's time for you to get arraignment. 9 times out of 10, the evidence is not marked the way it's supposed to be. You ain't even going into court. You won't get a DA. And niggas go in and take deals or plead their ass right in the substation. Shitty, man. So it's like, boy, it's rules to this, man. It's rules. So, again, this is the reason why Faizon had his own personal reason why he called that dude a fake Crip or he wasn't an official Crip, because he may personally know him. You know what I'm saying? Me now, Faizon say, I seen another interview now. I found out Faizon say he have some Damu background where he's from San Diego. You know what I mean? Now, I can't say now that's the same position. Me being a real Damu, a double OG from Nixon Guard, and I know Skyline's homeboy, real ones from the first and second generation. Again, I know the founders down there, like Nick Cannon Daddy, for example, bro. Nick Cannon Daddy was a founder, bro, down there in San Diego, Faru. Coming up in that system era when we were coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to have had that name or been in that era of being somebody to be able to say, okay, well, yeah, I come up for me, or I was this, or I was okay. It's easy to say it now on this internet when a lot of people don't do their homework, and then if you don't do your research, and okay, chances are you can wear that shadow for a minute, you can fake it off. But I can't say Faizon is a real blood, or I know him as a comedian, a fat ass black comedian that I met in the underground circuit as a comedian. He was a funny nigga to me. I used to see him in little raggedy ass cars, you know what I'm saying, handling his business, you know what I mean, not taking nothing from the nigga. Because I'll tell any nigga anything in his face that I say, bro. But the thing is, niggas can't get on here and get besides they self on some gangster shit when it's really out of your element. You shouldn't even been talking about some gangster Crip and blood shit. If you ask me, you're a comedian, huh? You're an actor / comedian. So unless you were just trying to bite that to put yourself in a position, he shouldn't even touch that wave, because that wasn't even his call to even speak on. I mean, again, but he has his own opinion to voice publicly because of the way this shit is set up when you're on this media. You know, you do have your own opinion. So it can go both ways. Like you say, people start saying with Faizon, you ain't a real blood, or you ain't official blood. You want to come back 50 years or 40 years later and say you a blood? You never said you was a blood all during your comedy career. We never knew that. So people could say that. But this internet reveals so much shit, bro. So that's why I say, you gotta be careful, man. What you saying, how you do it. You know what I mean?